Let me bring you a tense and revealing exchange that unfolded in the Oval Office. The conversation involved President Donald Trump and Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, with Vice President Mike Pence also present. The discussion quickly escalated into a heated debate over Ukraine's handling of the war with Russia, US support, and the dynamics of diplomacy. President Trump: "He broke this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy is this?" President Zelensky: "JD, you are speaking about what? What do you mean?" President Trump: "I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country." President Zelensky: "Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media right now. You guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict." President Trump: "Have you ever been to Ukraine? Do you even know what problems you have?" President Zelensky: "I have been. I've actually watched and seen the stories. I know what happens. You bring people on a propaganda tour." President Trump: "Mr. President, do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? Do you think it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?" President Zelensky: "A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. First of all, during the war, everybody has problems, even you. But you have a nice ocean and don't feel it now. But you will feel it in the future. God bless you." President Trump: "Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. You're in no position to dictate that. Remember this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good, very strong. You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position." Vice President Pence: "He happens to be right. From the very beginning of the war, you're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now with us. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. What you're doing is very disrespectful to this country, the country that's backed you far more than a lot of people said they should have. Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? In this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who is trying to save your country." President Zelensky: "Please, you think that if you speak very loudly about the war..." President Trump: "He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble. Wait a minute. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble. I know you're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us." President Zelensky: "Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong. From the very beginning of the war, we've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks to your cabinet. We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment. Your men are brave, but they had to use our military. If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks, in 3 days. I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this would have been over." President Trump: "Of course, it's going to be a very hard thing to do. Just say thank you. Accept that there are disagreements, and let's litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media. When you're wrong, we know that you're wrong. But I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing if you took a ceasefire. I tell you, take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed." President Zelensky: "Of course we want to stop the war, but saying you don't want a ceasefire, I want guarantees. You'll get a ceasefire faster than I will. Ask the people about a ceasefire. What do they think?" President Trump: "That wasn't a matter for you. That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama. It was your president. Obama gave you blankets, and I gave you javelins. Yes, I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you blankets. The statement is Obama gave blankets and Trump gave javelins. You've got to be more thankful because, let me tell you, you don't have the cards with us. You have cards, but without us you don't have any cards." Vice President Pence: "One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry, but it's a tough deal to make because the attitudes have to change. What if Russia breaks the ceasefire? What if Russia breaks the talks? What do you do then?" President Trump: "Understand that it's a conversation. What are you saying?" She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire? What if they break it? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay, what if they break it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. He did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom, Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents, the whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy, and I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. Your people are very brave, but you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. You don't have the cards, but once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful, and that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. Vice President Pence. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? President Trump. This is going to be great television, I will say that. Vice President Pence. All right, we'll see what we can do about putting it out. The exchange ended with a tense atmosphere, highlighting the complexities of US-Ukraine relations and the high-stakes diplomacy surrounding the conflict with Russia.